Imagine stepping onto your cruise ship thinking you know exactly what you paid for, only to discover that some passengers are enjoying bigger cabins, quieter spaces, and even semi-suite perks. All for the exact same price you paid. The truth is, cruise lines hide certain cabin secrets in plain sight, and most travelers never learn how to unlock them. But today, you're about to join the small circle of experienced cruisers who know how to find the rooms everyone else walks right past. By the end of this video, you'll know how to enjoy more space, better sleep, and surprising luxury upgrades without spending a single extra dollar. Welcome aboard, everyone. If you've been on more than a couple of cruises, you already know that cabins can make or break your vacation. But what many seasoned travelers don't realize is that cruise lines are full of quirks, loopholes, and hidden gems that can instantly turn an ordinary stateroom into a premium experience. I've spent years studying deck plans, testing cabin categories, and learning exactly how cruise lines assign rooms. Today I'm sharing the insider secrets normally reserved for travel agents, crew, and frequent cruisers who've cracked the code. Whether you're chasing a quieter cabin, hoping for more space, or secretly aiming for an upgrade without paying for it, this video is going to show you how to make it happen. So settle in, because the next few minutes might completely change the way you book your next cruise. Secret 1. The sleeper suite cabins. Most cruisers assume the only way to get a bigger cabin is to pay for a higher category. But cruise ships are full of what insiders call sleeper suites. These are regular-priced cabins that, because of the ship's layout, end up being noticeably larger than standard rooms in the same category. Sometimes it's because the ship curves. Sometimes it's because the designers needed extra space for structural support. And sometimes it's simply an odd leftover corner that can be sold as a suite. These cabins often come with unexpected perks, more floor space, wider entryways, larger closets, or extra seating areas. Many even have oversized balconies that rival mini-suite verandas. The trick is that cruise lines rarely advertise these gems. They usually appear on deck plans as standard cabins, with no special notation. Experienced cruisers hunt for them by comparing cabin shapes on the deck map. Anything that's not a perfect rectangle is worth investigating. If two cabins are listed at the same price, but one looks slightly wider or has an angled wall, that might be a sleeper suite disguised as a basic stateroom. Another giveaway is when a cabin is located at the end of a row or in a corner. Those often have extra square footage simply because of the ship's outer structure. These rooms give you a taste of suite-level comfort without spending the extra money. And once you find one, you'll start spotting them on every ship you sail. Secret 2. The quiet zone cabin's noise is one of the biggest complaints on cruise ships. Yet many passengers book their cabins without realizing just how much sound travels through walls, ceilings, and floors. That's where quiet zone cabins come in. These are staterooms located in low traffic, low noise pockets of the ship that most passengers overlook. People often pick cabins near elevators for convenience, not realizing that foot traffic, late night returning guests, and elevator dings can be surprisingly loud. Quiet zone cabins are usually tucked away at the end of long hallways where few people walk, especially dead-end corridors. Another insider trick is booking cabins sandwiched between two passenger cabin decks. This means there are no public spaces directly above or below, so you're shielded from early morning gym noise, late-night theater rehearsals, or scraping pool deck furniture. Crew service areas also generate a surprising amount of noise, so avoiding cabin numbers near crew-only doors or pantries can make a big difference. The payoff is huge: better sleep, fewer disruptions, and a calmer overall experience. Many veteran cruisers swear by these quiet zones and book them exclusively, even choosing a smaller cabin category because location matters more than room size. Once you identify these peaceful pockets, you'll never randomly pick a cabin again. Secret 3. The hidden value of obstructed view cabins. Most people see the words obstructed view and immediately scroll past those cabins, assuming they're dark, blocked, or undesirable. But here's the insider truth. Not all obstructed views are actually obstructed. In fact, some of the best low-cost balcony or ocean view rooms on a ship fall into this category simply because a small part of the view is blocked by a lifeboat or metal beam. To cruise lines, any obstruction counts even if it's only 10%. Which means these cabins are heavily discounted, despite offering nearly identical views to unobstructed rooms. In many cases, The lifeboat sits lower than your balcony railing, meaning you still have open ocean views when seated. Some obstructed cabins even have more privacy, because the obstruction prevents people in nearby walkways from seeing in. Experienced cruisers intentionally book these cabins to get premium locations at bargain prices. On newer ships, many obstructed cabins face out toward lifeboats that hang several feet below the balcony, so the view is barely affected. Another bonus is that these cabins are often centrally located, giving you quick access to major areas of the ship without paying central location premiums. The key is looking at deck photos and reading reviews from previous guests. You'll quickly discover which obstructed rooms are practically full-view cabins disguised as budget options. Secret 4. The secret perks of connecting cabins. Connecting cabins are usually marketed toward families, and because of that, many adult cruisers avoid them entirely. But this is a mistake, because when booked for just 1 or 2 people, connecting rooms can feel significantly larger and come with unexpected bonuses. First, connecting cabins often have more storage because they're designed to serve larger groups. You may find extra shelves, deeper closets, or more drawer space than in standard rooms. Second, these cabins typically have better sound insulation between the main cabin areas, because manufacturers add thicker walls around the connecting door to reduce noise transfer. That means your sleeping area might actually be quieter than a regular cabin. Another perk is that connecting cabins sometimes come with 2 of certain amenities: 2 TVs, additional mirrors, or extra lighting fixtures, because the rooms were built to be flexible. Some even have expanded entry spaces to accommodate strollers or luggage for families. The connecting door itself is rarely an issue unless you're actively using it, and many passengers report they never hear the neighbors any more than in a standard cabin. These rooms are also strategically placed, often in desirable midship locations. Since families don't always book them, they can stay available longer or be assigned to savvy cruisers who know how to take advantage of them. The best part is, you pay the exact same price as a regular cabin, but enjoy more space and more flexibility. Secret 5. The upgrade ripple effect. Cruise ship upgrades aren't just about who gets bumped up to a suite. They create a cascading ripple effect throughout the entire ship. When someone with high loyalty status gets upgraded, their old cabin becomes available. When a family gets moved to a different area for convenience, their original stateroom opens up. And when last-minute cancellations occur, something that happens more often than you think, prime cabins suddenly become vacant. The trick here is timing. Right before the ship sails, usually within the final 24 hours, cruise lines reshuffle cabins to optimize their layout. This means the best rooms often open up temporarily. Experienced cruisers know to check the cruise line app or visit guest services during this window. Sometimes a quick request can move you into a midship cabin, an upgraded balcony, or a quieter location completely for free. You're not asking for an upgrade? You're simply asking if any newly available cabins in your paid category can be reassigned to you. Cruise lines usually don't advertise this flexibility, but it's perfectly allowed. Another ripple effect happens once on board. If a guest complains about noise or an issue in their room and gets relocated, their old cabin may free up. Keeping an eye on cabin availability during the first evening of the cruise can unlock opportunities that didn't exist at check-in. The ripple effect rewards passengers who understand timing, ask politely, and know when the ship's cabin system is in flux. Secret 6. Shadow suites. The cruise lines don't advertise on many cruise ships. There are a handful of unique cabins that are bigger, better, or oddly shaped due to quirks in the ship's design. These are known as shadow suites, cabins that offer suite-like perks but aren't officially classified or priced as suites. They might have huge balconies because the ship widens at that point, or they might include extra windows that frame panoramic views. Some shadow suites have corner layouts that make the room feel twice as large, even if the square footage is only slightly bigger. Cruise lines promote these rooms individually because they fit neatly into a category, and advertising them would complicate their pricing model. But if you know how to spot them, you can enjoy the experience of a mini-suite for the cost of a standard stateroom. These rooms also tend to be in prime locations after corners, deck overhangs, and areas where the ship transitions shape. Veterans look closely at deck plans and compare cabin outlines to find anomalies. If a cabin looks stretched, angled, or wider than the rooms around it, there's a good chance it's a shadow suite. These cabins often sell out fast once word spreads among frequent cruisers, But if you can snag one, I guess it feels like winning the cruise cabin lottery without paying the upgrade fee. Secret 7. Reading deck plans like an insider. Most people glance at the deck plan for 2 seconds before booking a cabin, but experienced cruisers study them like blueprints. Deck plans reveal far more than cabin numbers. They tell you exactly how your cruise experience will feel. The first thing to check is what's above and below your cabin. Avoid rooms under the pool deck, because scraping lounge chairs at dawn is one of the loudest noises at sea. Stay away from cabins above theaters, entertainment venues, or nightclubs, unless you want bass vibrations until midnight. Also, never book near a crew service door. These doors open and shut constantly, and carts roll through them at all hours. Next, look for dead-end hallways, which are ideal for peace and quiet, since only the guests staying there will pass through. Another insider move is choosing cabins that are slightly offset or staggered from the rooms across the hall. These layouts tend to reduce hallway noise and eliminate door-slamming echoes. Even the position of staircases and elevator banks matters. Nearby can be convenient, but too close can be chaotic. Deck plans also reveal which cabins have larger shapes or unusual angles, clues that more space might be hidden inside. Once you learn how to read these maps the same way crew and travel agents do, you'll be able to choose ideal cabins every time, no matter the ship or itinerary. Secret 8. Free comfort upgrades hidden in your cabin cruise. Cabins come with more flexibility than most passengers realize. Even in basic rooms, you can request a surprising number of free comfort upgrades that transform your space into something far more luxurious. For example, many cruise lines offer mattress toppers, memory foam pads, or alternative pillows on request, perfect for anyone who finds the standard bed too firm. You can also ask for extra robes, slippers, or blankets, especially if you're sailing in cooler weather. If you prefer a certain room setup, the cabin steward can rearrange the beds, adjust the seating, or even provide a fan for better airflow. Some lines offer additional hangers, extension cords, or portable coffee makers, although these vary by ship. The best-kept secret is that some specialty items are available for free if you simply ask. Bath salts, upgraded toiletries, folding step stools for higher shelves, or even ice delivered daily at a specific time. Another trick is requesting the minibar to be cleared, giving you more storage space. For families, you can get night lights, bed rails, or bottle warmers without charge. These little touches make the room feel more personalized and comfortable. It's all included, you just need to know what to ask for. Most passengers never use these perks, but seasoned cruisers treat them like part of the experience. Secret 9. The timing trick that gets you the best cabins. Booking early is smart, but the real magic happens when you know when to move your reservation. Cabins shift constantly as cruise lines adjust inventory, release group holds, or reshuffle assignments. The biggest opportunities come at predictable times: 90 days before sailing, when final payments are due; 30 days before, when cruise lines start optimizing cabins; and within 72 hours of departure, when last-minute cancellations hit. During these windows, prime cabin locations suddenly become available because someone upgraded, canceled, or didn't pay their balance. You can take advantage by checking your reservation frequently and calling the cruise line or your travel agent to ask whether any better cabins have opened in your category. You not asking for an upgrade, you simply requesting a free move within what you already paid for. Cruise lines usually accommodate this because it helps balance their inventory. Even after booking, apps often let you switch to a better room instantly if one opens. Seasoned cruisers refresh the cabin map like a stock chart during these key windows. So the result is a midship cabin instead of a forward cabin, quite a room instead of one under a nightclub, or even a larger cabin footprint hall without spending extra money. Perfect timing makes all the difference. Secret 10. Unlocking automatic upgrade paths. Many passengers think upgrades are purely random or based on luck, but there's a very real system behind them. Cruise lines use algorithms that prioritize loyalty tiers, booking history, and cabin types most likely to sell out. Some categories consistently get upgraded, like low-tier balcony guarantees, because cruise lines prefer to free up cheaper rooms for last-minute deals. Booking a guarantee cabin can be risky, but if timed correctly, it's one of the easiest ways to score a free upgrade. Another insider tip is choosing a category that's nearly sold out. When those rooms fill up, the cruise line must bump someone upward to maintain inventory balance. Loyalty status helps too, but not as much as people think. Good timing and smart category selection often matter more. Upgrades also tend to go to passengers who book directly with the cruise line, since it's easier for them to adjust those reservations. Even your cabin location matters. Midship inside rooms often get moved to ocean views because ocean views are easier to sell last minute. If you want the best chance at automatic upgrades, book during shoulder season, avoid fully sold-out sailings, and select categories with historically high movement. The upgrade path isn't mystical, it's predictable once you understand how cruise lines manage their cabins. Well, my great audience, after hearing all these insider secrets, you can probably see why choosing the right cabin is so much more than clicking the first room that fits your budget. Cruise ships are full of hidden opportunities, overlooked gems, and little tricks that can turn an ordinary stateroom into a surprisingly luxurious experience. And the best part, none of this requires spending more money, just knowing what to look for and when to act. Whether you want more space, a quieter night's sleep, a better balcony, or even a free upgrade, these strategies give you the upper hand every time you sail. So the next time you book a cruise, use these secrets to unlock the comfort and perks that most passengers never realize are available. If you learned something new today, let me know which tip surprised you most. And if you want a part 2 where I reveal even deeper cabin hacks, just drop a comment below. Thank you for watching, and until next time, may your next cruise be smoother, quieter, and more luxurious than ever, without costing you a single extra dollar.